This is your marketing news for the week of April 1st, 2026. This week we have 3 stories for you. All 3 happened in the last 7 days, and all 3 involve a platform you depend on to distribute your content: Google, Instagram, and Apple Podcasts. We'll start with the Google update that just dropped a few days ago, and if you're generating AI content, you better check this out because it could kill your site traffic. Then we'll talk about what Meta confirmed Monday that tells you where Instagram is headed, and we'll close with Apple, which just opened a distribution channel that didn't exist a week ago. Let's go. Our first story, Google's March 2026 core update is already in motion. Google launched its March 2026 core algorithm update on March 27th, and it generally takes about 2 weeks to fully roll out. Here's what the data shows for sites getting hit. AI content farms, scaled articles with no real editorial value, are down 60 to 80% in search traffic. Affiliate sites are taking the worst of it. 71% are reporting ranking drops. Sheer Interactive analyzed over 3,000 infomercial queries across 42 organizations. When a Google AI overview appears in the results, organic click-through traffic rates drop 61%, from 1.76% to 0.61%. You can hold your ranking and lose most of your traffic at the same time. But here's the flip side. Brands cited inside AI overviews earned 35% more organic clicks and 91% more paid clicks than brands that aren't cited on the same queries. Your marketing move? Start writing for citation readiness. That means short, quotable definitions, clear source claims, and verifiable expertise in every piece of content you publish. That is what AI systems pull. That is what lands you inside an AI overview. And be sure to check out our episode later this week on GEO, how to seed content that gets your brand recommended by AI. Our second story in marketing news this week, Meta is testing a paid subscription for Instagram. On March 30th, Meta confirmed it is testing Instagram Plus, a paid subscription tier currently live in the Philippines, Japan, and Mexico, about $2 a month. The features are mostly stories focused: anonymous viewing, rewatch analytics, extended story windows. We've covered Meta's Andromeda ad system back in our March 10th episode, and this fits the same pattern. Meta is systematically tightening control over what surfaces and what doesn't. The comparison worth noting, Snapchat Plus launched a similar premium tier in 2022 and just crossed 25 million subscribers. For a platform a lot of people had written off, that's a real revenue model. Meta watched that happen, and this is their version of it. No US rollout announced yet, but if anonymous story viewing goes mainstream, your viewer count data becomes unreliable. The people watching your stories will not all appear on that list. Your marketing move? Document your current Instagram stories viewer counts now, before this rolls out broadly. You want a clean baseline, your average views per story, your current completion rates. When anonymous viewing expands, you will need that benchmark to know what exactly changed. And our third story in marketing news this week, Apple just launched full video in Apple Podcasts, and this is an audience acquisition play, not just a feature. On March 24th, Apple released iOS 26.4 with full video podcast support live. They announced this back in February. We waited for the actual launch, and it's here. The technical shift? Apple replaced the old RSS video system with HLS, the same adaptive streaming technology YouTube and Netflix use. The practical shift? For the first time, one show entry in Apple Podcasts serves both audio listeners and video listeners. One feed, no separate pages. Your audience picks how they consume it, just like they do in Spotify. 48 shows supported today. Acast, Amazon's ART19, Transistor, Triton Digital, and SiriusXM are on board at launch. Notably absent, Spotify-owned Megaphone, so Joe Rogan and Ringer titles are not in the video experience just yet. Apple's data says nearly a quarter of Americans have never listened to a podcast. Of those non-listeners, 57% are already active on YouTube. The people who don't think of themselves as podcast listeners will watch a video, and this is how you reach them. And for the first time, podcasters can run dynamic video ad insertion, including host-read video spots, through participating ad networks. Creators pay nothing to distribute. Apple charges the ad networks. Your marketing move? If you are already producing a video for YouTube, you have the workflow. Get your hosting provider on the phone this week and find out if they support HLS video. If they already do, you're leaving an audience on the table every week you don't publish there. If they don't, ask when. The distribution door is open, and most shows aren't walking through it just yet. Get in there before your competition does. Google, Instagram, Apple, all three platforms, 1 week, 3 different moves, but the same thing running underneath them all. The marketers winning right now aren't the ones who found the shortcut. They built content that earns citation, audiences that follow them regardless of the feed, distribution that doesn't depend on a single platform staying the same. Platform rules are changing every week now. Your big marketing move this week? One action from one of these stories before Friday. Pull your stories baseline on Instagram. Call your podcast host. Audit one page for citation readiness. Your marketing move.